Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, it's day 8 of RPG A Day 2018, and our question or prompt for today is, how can we get more people playing? And see this is a great shirt right here, Princess Bride shirt, which this video is not about, but it's a little wrinkly, but I swear it's so humid and hot here. By the time I drive where I'm going, it will just iron itself right out. It's beautiful. You know, it's the only good thing about summer is you don't have to iron your clothes if they're wrinkly. But this video isn't about that. You know, this question gave me a lot of trouble. This is the first one that was hard for me to answer. And you know, part of it is, you know, I'm just not a really good people wrangler. I'm not a great promoter. I'm not the best PR guy. Sure, I have a YouTube channel, but I'm not the most persuasive person on the planet. So, you know, I kept thinking to myself, well, how could we get? I'm not sure if I can answer how we can get more people playing. And then I started thinking about it a little bit more, and it sounds selfish, but do I really care if we get more people playing? What's in it for me? And you know, I'm not really that selfish, but hear me out. You know, the idea is that, you know, the real question to me can be, and maybe it's for you as well, it's like, how can I get more people that have the same interests and have the same play style, the same intentions for play? How can I get more of those people available for me to play with? How do I get this wider net? The hobby seems to be doing okay. It would be great if more people joined up. That'd be fantastic. But it seems like with, you know, various things that are popular now, that people are kind of getting into it, or at least being part of the fan culture, if nothing else. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's what a more pertinent question is to me, and might be to you as well, is like, well, how can I get more people involved? They're going to do what I like. But I decided, well, maybe let's be a little bit more. Let me think a little bit more globally, and be a little bit more altruistic than my original selfish bent with this question. Because then I start thinking to myself, okay, well, how do we get the right people to play? And that sounds really elitist, doesn't it? But I mean is, we've all met those people in our life where you talk to them, maybe you've known them for a long time, and you think to yourself, man, this person would really love role-playing games, or they would really like the kind of role-playing games that I like if they would just give them a chance. You know, how do we help these people that we know, that we just know, we think, would like role-playing to just kind of give it a try? And maybe some of these people have just had the wrong impression. Maybe all they know about role-playing games is watching like The Big Bang Theory and seeing people playing Dungeons & Dragons. Or that one time they got roped into playing an elf at some dungeon crawl in college, and they played for 45 minutes and thought it was the stupidest thing ever. Or whatever. Maybe they just associate role-playing games with people that play card games and all this sort of stuff. It doesn't matter. You've talked to enough people, I believe, if you're like me, where people just have the wrong idea. They're not quite sure. Or maybe there's somebody that's participated before in a different game, decided they outgrew it, but there's this other game here. I think you would really like this because the focus is different. How do we get those right people playing? And that's another question. And probably even more altruistic, or maybe just as altruistic, is the idea that, like, how do we get those people that are kind of lost? How do we help them out? Those people are already involved in the hobby, but you know they're playing the wrong game. Maybe they're just, you know, playing a game that's not giving them the experience they want, and they love role playing. They like this hobby, but they keep playing this wrong game. Maybe it's the game that's available. Maybe it's the game that all their friends are playing. Maybe it's the only game they know about. Maybe they only think they have 2 or 3 choices, and they're persevering in this game, but they're obviously not happy. How do we get them to expand their horizons and play the right games for them before they leave the hobby, or before they spend years just kind of frustrated and miserable? You know, how do we help them with that? That's another. Isn't that an altruistic sounding question? And you know, then this kind of leads me back though to my original question though, because when you're talking about people playing the right games, how do we get people to play our favorite games? You know, maybe you're like me and you've got a bunch of games on your shelf, and you're like, man, these games are really awesome. I'm thinking right now, I had a conversation today about Desolation and Broken Rooms, and there's you know, Circle of Hands is another game that's like I'm really hot to play. I've been reading Delta Green. I'm like, holy crap, that's pretty awesome. Not sure, you know, that might have a little bit more appeal because it's got like very strong Call of Cthulhu roots and what have you. But there's a bunch of games out there that just, you know, not everybody's going to go for. Sometimes it's really tough to get people to play something like Lamentations of the Flame Princess because it sounds weird, or it's whatever. You know, it's not what's hot right now. That sort of thing. How do we get people to play our favorite games? How do we get people? How do we find kindred spirits? People that have the same intentions. You know, I don't know if you've had this experience so far, and I really want to save this for a video or blog like after RPG a day is done. But you start to notice that there's various people out there where you agree with them on some things and you don't agree with them on others. And it's amazing we can get 3 to 6 of us together at a table all playing the same game. How do you find those kindred spirits where you really kind of gel on most things, and you can you really can you can just kind of play games together and have a good time. So it's that idea, like, how can I get these people with my play style, with my interests, how can I get them playing? And at the end of the day, like here, the only thing that I know, or my own experience in terms of being successful, is kind of persistence, like promoting what you love about these games, promoting role playing in general, promoting or talking about it in a positive manner, not bashing somebody else's game or bashing some other experience, but talk about the games you like, talk about why you like them. When I talk to my friends locally that don't play, just talk about the games that I like and what we do and what the experience is like, as opposed to what they think the experience might be like, or things that they've done in the past. Oftentimes when I talk on my channel, I try to promote the play style that I like, that I found over time, that this is what I really like because it's different than the experience I was having in a lot of other games, or just playing with different people. And talking about the idea that, like, when you get together with the right people, man, really cool things happen. Doesn't matter what your bent is, doesn't matter if it's different than mine, but just promoting and talking about what we love about role-playing games, what we love about the specific type of games we play, or the specific games we play, the specific experiences. You're talking about that in a positive manner. Well, that really helps, and you have to do it a lot. It doesn't happen overnight. I've finally gotten together a group, and it wasn't all me doing this, but got a bunch of people, and I could use more, where we all kind of are mostly, and we have some real awesome arguments too, but we mostly like the same stuff. But that took time, and that's an online group. And speaking of online, one of the other things is when you play online, I'm glad that people made it very accessible to me. I'm glad that the first experiences I had were things like with Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is very clunky. It's not a real ideal thing. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to stream to YouTube all at once if you have a YouTube channel like I do. There's other things that I've been enjoying Discord, but you have to go through all these gyrations to actually get it up and stream it to YouTube. We can record it and do it later. Going down that rabbit hole I really want to go down, but I need different technology. But the thing is, it's less accessible. I'm really glad that I got exposed to things that were very accessible to me right away, or otherwise I might have not jumped or taken the leap to play online, and I wouldn't be playing with all these people right now. And this is something I have to start to do again with people locally, and maybe I'll start making the effort again if I have the time to do that. So at the end of the day, it's perseverance. It's talking positively about the hobby, which is kind of what RPG A Day is about in the first place, right? You post this stuff on social media. I post this on my Facebook wall now, and let people know what's up and why I like all this kind of stuff. And can we make it individually? Can we make this big difference and get more people into the hobby? No, I can't affect things on this big global scale. But it's kind of like that old story about the old guy, like, was walking along the beach and there's all these starfish washed up, and he's throwing it back one at a time. And this little boy asks him, like, what are you doing? He goes, like, well, I'm throwing these back because they're out here and they're going to die in the sun. And the boy starts laughing. He goes, oh, man, you can't make a difference. And the old man looks at the little boy and looks a little sad for a second, takes a starfish and chucks it out in the ocean. He said, yeah, but I sure made a difference to that one, didn't I? And so that's the best we can do. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Long video, but, at the end of the day, that's the only answer I have. Have a good one, kids.